Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the old family farm. Thanks for joining me again. Happy Thursday. Oh, goodness. Big news here on the farm that we will get into shortly, of course. You know, big news on the farm. Well, at this point is either going to involve Tiny and Betty Lou, which are still MIA, or it's going to involve Gwen. And I'll let you guess. Bringing the drama home. I used to have such a nice life here on the farm. I could come out, walk around, enjoy nature, enjoy the peace and quiet, talk to the ducks. Sometimes they talked back. Hello, little duckies. How you doing? But upon Gwen's arrival, things have gotten to be, a little bit weird sometimes. Gwen is um, Gwen is overwatching the store, so we can talk. She's not going to overhear our conversations. Yeah, she's minding the store right now, which is good. We need somebody to mind the store mind the store. I'm saying I don't know why my D's don't come out very well, probably, but minding the store right now, which we need. Have a shipment coming in today, I guess, of some seeds and stuff that she's going to help with. But we have some work to get started on, and then I'll tell you about the action that's going on here. So we need to do some planting and some seeding, and I've kind of got a thought on this. Let's grab the Massey. We are going to have to hire. Boy, are we low on funds, aren't we? I didn't realize we were that low on funds. Was that... Why are we so low on funds? I must be spending money somewhere. Sometimes when you let almost a week go between, you kind of forget where you spent the money and you kind of forget what's what. But we'll get it. We'll get it accomplished. Let's look at our planting calendar here real shortly. Grass, good. And corn, good. You know what? I'll take you through what I'm thinking. How much grass do we currently own? I think if we have some grass, it's over here, isn't it? Okay, so we've got enough for a bit. If we look at our cow situation and our goat sheep situation, looks like they're pretty well up on the feed. And the cows seem to be doing okay too. This is it's hay, okay. I think we should be okay for a bit. I was gonna plant some our smaller field right here in grass so that we could make some hay. Make some more hay. But I'm kind of changing my mind a little bit on that. Let's see what's going on here in the calendar. So we can plant corn, which we're going to do on our new extendo field. Soybeans, sorghum. Yeah, soybeans or sorghum. And what do we currently have planted? We should have barley. Yep. And no corn right now. Sugar beets. Yep. And we've got potatoes, I think, as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, potatoes. And wheat. So let's see here. Let's put down... Let's put some sorghum down here. And we'll hire out for that, just so that we can work on the corn planting. That looks good. And I think we're going to do... Honestly, we probably don't need headlands on this field. I don't think there's anything blocking. So let's just do that up and down. We'll generate a course. I don't think it'll have too many problems here without headlands. First waypoint. Yeah, go for it, buddy. And do I have buying seeds on? I do. I want to turn that off. I want to turn all these off for now. So they will, the helper will use the seeds we have in our seeder. We'll let them get busy. Let's listen to that one more time. It almost sounds like maybe the Ford needs a new belt. I don't know. Maybe that's not a belt squeaking. It sounded like a little belt squeak. Planter. Where is our new planter? I didn't leave it at the store, did I? I thought I brought it back with me. But I honestly don't remember where in the world I planted it. Well, it's not here. Let's go see if we can find our planter. It's got to be around here somewhere. Where are you, Mr. Planter? Right? I'm not losing my mind, am I? Is it at the store? Did I leave our planter at the store? Maybe I did. Owned items. Seeders, rollers, planters. There she is right there. Show on map. It is indeed at the store. Boy, for some reason I thought I brought that thing back to the farm. Apparently not. All right. Well, we'll go say hi to Gwen. And I'll get you guys up to speed on oh man. What could be some pretty gossipy, controversial news here on the farm. Gwen did not take very long to make herself known here in Santa Fe Springs, that's for sure. And to make a name for herself. And I'm not even going to tell you what that name is, because it's not pretty. Oh man, did I hit that hard, didn't I? All right, let's go back to the farm. No seeds. I think we don't need to throw fertilizer in this thing, but we do need to throw some seeds in it. But we've got seed back at the farm, so we're gonna go back and grab that. So here's the dealio with what I understand is going on, and this is not firsthand, this is secondhand information. However, I will say, in my opinion, probably very believable. But it's going to take some old family farm history, so if you have been watching the series since the get-go, there will be some familiar names here. Back in the day, as you may or may not know, as I try to talk and drive, Tiny got engaged to his first grade teacher. And his first grade teacher was Clarabelle. Well, things didn't work out super well for Tiny and Clarabelle. Ooh, that was a good rhyme. Things didn't work out well for Tiny and Clarabelle. And they actually didn't. And it turns out that old Tiny unfortunately lost his fiance. Oh, I like that. Check that out. Yeah. I could do that for a few hours. Nah, I won't do that. So Tiny lost his fiance, Clarabelle, to a gentleman who runs the auction house, the local cattle auction. Well, that didn't seem to hold a whole lot, did it? 360 liters? All right, let's see how far it gets us. And unfortunately, Tiny did lose Clarabelle to Jimmy Dean. Now, Jimmy Dean, ooh, this was not a good choice. Now, Jimmy Dean is actually a pretty good guy. But clearly, Clarabelle came to her senses, some might say. Some might say boy, I am all over the road on this one. We're just going to jackknife it and get turned around and hope for the best. So Clarabelle hooked up with Jimmy Dean. And that was the new love, match made in heaven kind of thing, right? Tiny did end up recovering. It took a while, but he ended up recovering. This was just before Tiny and Betty Lou took that trip out to the West Coast, out to Roswell, supposedly, Area 51. My understanding is they had a calling, much like if you've ever seen the movie Close Encounters, how they were kind of drawn to that mountain. That's how, that's how I picture it being, at least. Well, it turns out that Jimmy Dean and my sister Gwendolyn were seen on what is now 2 occasions, mind you, down at the Santa Fe Community Hall, getting quite close, being a little chummy together. So word around the campfire is, what is the thingy? Control Z. Yeah, we're gonna try our old ridge markers again here, see if I have any luck with that. So word around the campfire is, do I not need to turn you on? Nothing seems to be happening when I turn it on. Turn off Cedar. It's not revving up, so I guess we'll just give this a go and see if this is going to work for us. So it turns out, oh, that's looking good though, right? We're using seed. We are using seed. Good deal. So it turns out that Gwendolyn and Jimmy Dean are an item. Jimmy Dean has now broken off his engagement with Clarabelle in pursuit of my sister Gwen. Now, Gwen recently went through a double divorce, which just simply could not be legal in any way, shape, or form, but somehow managed to go through a double divorce, which has just been completed. I mean, the new car smell is still in there, if you know what I mean. I mean, it just hasn't been that long. And she's already going after this Jimmy Dean dude. Now, I don't know Jimmy Dean very well. I've only met the guy a couple, 2-3 occasions. He seems like a reasonably decent dude. And to be honest with you, pretty much anybody shy of Charles Manson, I would say stay away from my sister, because she's not somebody who I personally would suggest getting into a relationship with, unless you're stinking crazy, which maybe Jimmy Dean is a little unstable, which in that case, him and Gwen will do fantastic together. So Clarabelle is taking this whole thing pretty rough. Apparently, she has stopped by the store on a couple of occasions since then, talking to Gwen. I think she's trying to get the truth out, so to speak, because right now all that's there is some gossip, just some basic gossip, which here in the old family farm in Santa Fe Springs is generally plenty to get people pretty riled up. I of course told Gwen, you know, stay away from, stay away from this. I mean, do yourself a favor. Let that relationship end. I don't know, what would you say, like naturally. She's not letting it go though. Old Jimmy Dean's got a. I'll tell you what, he's got some kind of a draw, I guess, on women, and they just can't help themselves when they're around him. Man, maybe it's that cow auction smell. I don't know what it is, but like I said, Gwen's taken to farming pretty hardcore. It definitely is. I think it's important for me to stay on top of these things though, because as I have mentioned before, sometimes I feel like Gwen is making long-term plans here on the farm to which I won't be involved with, and I'm trying to put that as politely as I can, as being I won't be around. And I'm hoping that's not the case, but at the same time, it would be. Mom and Dad always told me, watch your sister, she's probably going to kill you someday. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out. But if it continues on the way it is, I have to start thinking about this. If Gwen and Jimmy Dean work it out and do the whole marriage thing, I have to start thinking about what that's going to mean for me and the old family farm. Like, who's moving where? Because I really don't want Jimmy Dean and Gwen living in the house with me. I've got plenty of room, but it's creepy, right? Right? So we'll see. I know Jimmy's got some kind of a house out. I think it's north of town. Fortunately, he's not a tent dweller, which I guess is a good start. But unlike Tiny, but that still doesn't mean that. I haven't seen his house. Just because you own a house. I mean, look at that dude. What was that Ed Gaines dude back in the 40s or whatever it was? Oh shoot, that's about the time frame we're playing this map. Okay, I just got a little creeped out. So, I don't know if you've heard of this dude, right? I think his name was Ed Gaines. Might have been Ned Gaines. He is let's just say he is the, the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and how it says based on true events? Yeah, he's the true event that whole thing is based on. That dude was El Sicko to a very large degree. El Sicko. We're talking human skin lamps and stuff, okay? This guy, if you're not familiar with him, I would assume you'll find him pretty easily on the web if you're into that kind of thing. Look for real life Chainsaw Massacre dude, and that's who you should come across. I hope that's not. Boy, I hope he doesn't live around here. But that's the kind of creepy stuff I'm talking about. You just never know, what people are doing. Maybe I should see if I can go to dinner over at Jimmy Dean's place when the truth comes out that him and Clarabelle are hooking up. When him and Gwen are hooking up, maybe I'll get invited over for dinner, and I can look for human skin lampshades or human skin paper towels. I'm sorry, I have kind of a sick sense of humor sometimes, and those kind of things generally don't bother me. Like I can eat dinner and watch some pretty nasty stuff. I don't have a very weak stomach when it comes to that. Let's go check and see how this dude's doing over here. You doing all right? Oh, good. You still got plenty of seed. Yeah, don't worry about those rows you're missing. Sarcastically saying. Actually, he's probably doing better than I generally do. All right, let's get this bad boy going. I got to get her into gear. There we go. Trying to focus a little bit on the tram line and at the same time enjoying the beautiful sound this Ford makes. I really like this Ford tractor. It just feels like a tractor, the definition of a tractor. Not these Cadillacs that are out these days, you know. Not the kind of stuff you kids have now. Back in my day, tractors were tractors. But actually, this Ford does feel a little more tractorish to me. Man, listen to that engine tone. That's fantastic. We are... Did we just run out, or have I been planting? No, we are just about out. Let's, I don't think we're going to make it, so let's go grab some more seed. Because I don't think we're going to make it here. On the last, it looks like we got maybe 3 rows to go. You know, Gwen can do what she wants to. I wish her all the happiness in the world, as long as it doesn't involve me being served up for Sunday dinner, the dog not being served up for dinner, pretty much as long as it doesn't involve anything to do with any kind of arrestable offense, I'm going to be pretty happy for her. Watch out, duck. Yeah, I don't know where the mod author for this Ford got their engine sound from, but bravo to that. This Ford makes me actually want to switch to manual transmission. Listen, it just sounds so good. And squash. Why don't I have our custom plate on this thing? I noticed we don't have a custom plate on our Ford. That's interesting. It's an Elm Creek plate. Oh, come on. We're not on Elm Creek. That's just not right. The only thing this Ford is the brakes on it are a tad on the weak side. Other than that, this could be one. This is probably in my top 5 in the game. Really loving this thing. But I do need to check something out. Oh, wait a minute. How much money do we have? I should probably hold off on getting anxious on repairing the old Ford. But I do want to see what's going on here. So they're all Elm Creek. But we do need to do this guy here. Blue is good. It'll match the Ford. Yeah, we'll leave that blue alone. Front and back? Sure. Doesn't cost us any money. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Still Elm Creek, but at least we got the proper naming on there. Is our buddy still working over there? Yep, still going to town. Outstanding. Sounds like Jimmy Dean's got an auction going over there. I think is that the auction or is that a party? That's over by the auction house there. Interesting. All right. I think I need to turn on the seeder again. Lower the seeder again. We are on corn still. We want that. And off to the races we go. Yeah, the seeder doesn't put a draw on the engine at all. I don't know, maybe because it's not PTO? It doesn't look like it's PTO driven, so maybe that's why. Normally when I turn, you turn a seeder or a planter on, you can see the RPMs kick up on the tractor, but in this case, that's a big no-no. Big no-go. I'm actually not minding this whatchamacallit, ridge marker type planting. It's not too bad. I think we're good here. I don't think we need a ridge marker down. And our seeder is lowered, I believe. I don't think I raised it. We should be off to the races. Yes, we are indeed. So we're going to have a pretty good selection of crops. We should have a pretty good harvest on all of our fields. I think we've gotten, or will have, 2 applications of fertilizer. Lime is good. Weeds have been taken care of. So I think for the most part, we should be in that 98 to 100% yield area. For the majority of our crops. The only problem we might run into is, depending on harvest schedules, we're going to have to make sure we've got some money in the bank to lease the sugar beet and potato harvester. Otherwise, we're going to have crops in the ground that are going to get withered. Withers, was that his name? The dude on The Simpsons? Is that right? Was it Withers? That doesn't sound right to me. Now that I'm saying that out loud, it sounds weird. I haven't watched The Simpsons in so many years now. I think one of the things I do is I'll go on to and see if it's still on the air. It's like, what, on its 30th season or something crazy like that? I'm just gonna get this little edge. I don't think it's gonna mean much, but we got it here, so we might as well get it planted. I was looking at if we had anything that we could sell, and there's really nothing in season right now. Maple syrup. I mean, if we need some cash right now, we could probably take and haul some crates of maple syrup over. We probably should take at least 1 or 2 over, just so we've got a fresh stock over at our little maple syrup stand. It's always good to keep something in stock for people to buy. Maybe we'll do that, actually. I forget how much we were getting for each pallet of maple syrup, but that's been nice to have. That's just water, and water we get for free, so that's been pretty handy. How you doing, buddy? You still have seed? I can't believe you haven't run out yet. Oh, you are gonna make it. Good for you. Bravo, my friend. Bravo. Outstanding. All right. Let's go put our planter away. We're going to have some rolling to do. Can't forget to roll. We can't forget to do a second application of fertilizer if need be. I think on our extended field over there that we just put corn on, I think it's got a weird split down the middle for fertilizer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's doing the old stripe deal. So we'll have to come back and hit that middle section. It looks like our sorghum field here will definitely need another application of fertilizer, which otherwise we're looking pretty good. We need to do some rolling here. Why does it say it does not need rolling? That's interesting. Why doesn't our sorghum need rolling? Any thoughts on that? I would have suspected a little strip of lime there. I would have suspected it would need rolling. Huh. Guess we'll find out. Don't understand that. I thought you had to roll sorghum after you planted it. I thought you had to roll every crop after you planted it except for root crops. Do you have to roll corn? I don't think normally you have to roll corn, do you? All right, weeds growing weeder. It's got one application of fertilizer. It does not say it needs rolling, does not say it needs lime or anything else. So, I would bet we'd get away with putting out fertilizer down on it now. But I think we're gonna wait on that and deal with these weeds. Get them out of the way. What have we been doing for weeds? Have we been spraying? Have we been spraying weeds on the farm, or have we been using our what is that? Is that our cultivator? That's our cultivator. I kind of forget how we've been dealing with weeds. So, what do we have here? Our cultivator. And there's our windrower, I think. What's in here? Oh, you're empty. Okay. So we could do the mechanical weeding if we wanted to. Maybe we should just do that. Save us some money on having to buy herbicide. That's solid fertilizer. Okay, we will do some mechanical weeding, I guess it's called. I guess we could stick with the Massey. I'm gonna run over my seed pallet. That's cultivator bread. Nice try. Wrong answer. Here we go. That's better. Oh, I know what we were doing for weeds. I just saw it. That's right. We were using that hoe right there, weren't we? And that hoe, even though it's a hoe, I might have two hoes in the family. Man. Sometimes I just crack myself up on that one. We might, depending on what happens with Jimmy, Dean, and Gwen, we might have two hoes on the farm. Oh, that's sad. I should treat my sister better than that. All right. Whoa, wrong way. Do we have enough horsepower with the Massey to deal with this thing? We're gonna find out, aren't we? The game allows us. Ooh, I just missed our mower. The game does seem to allow us to use this as a normal weeder. I think that's being a little generous because I'm pretty sure this thing is designed for weeding potatoes. and sugar beets, I think. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it's for. Or for, I don't know. I could just be making stuff up at this point. Let's just give it a go and see. Oh, I don't think she's got enough power, Captain. I think we're going to have to get the Ford. Maybe even the John Deere on this thing. Needs lime. That's not right. Are you taking care of weeds or aren't you? I think you're taking care of weeds. But now it says needs lime, but I think that's just along the very edge of the field. Let's do this. Let's drop the hoe. That's weird. Sometimes the Massey needs manual shifting and sometimes it doesn't. I wonder what that's all about. Sneaking through here, ladies. Excuse me. Sorry for my interruption. But we are going to fire up the old John Deere. I like to call the 10-man lower of the implement before dropping it off, as to save further damage and wear on our implements. I appreciate that suggestion for many. Boy, it's been a while. 10-man, how long have you been watching this channel, man? You've been around. It's freaking awesome. Let's see if the John Deere can handle the hoe. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm too old to be this stupid about things, but I still enjoy a good old hoe joke. Oh yeah, the John Deere's got a handle on this thing. Most definitely. Throw a few extra horsepower at it, and I think we're in pretty good shape. I want to do one more headland back here, just so we get a little bit better sense of whether or not I'm wasting my time. Because it's not doing any kind of a texture change, so it's kind of hard to tell if weeds are being handled or not. I do like this hoe though. Like watching it work. It's pretty slick. We are having some amazing weather here where I live this week. For most people, I would venture to say perfect weather. Yeah, that's definitely taking care of the weeds. Excuse me, we're talking nice and cool at night, probably in the upper 40s, which I love. Low 50s, and then during the day it's warming up to like low to mid 70s. It is just absolutely being amazing. And what's kind of funny is we're going to have that kind of weather all week, and then next week say goodbye to that and back down into the low 40s for a high, and probably low 30s, maybe upper 20s overnight. So it never seems to stick around very long in the spring. It kind of goes back and forth, but I'm okay with that. I'm not a hot weather fan, if I'm being honest. I don't really care for. I could live an entire year of low to mid 60s, and I would be more than okay with that. As long as it's office guy. Well, all right. Not happy about it, but we'll let him do it. All right, so he's going to finish taking care of our weeding there in our sorghum lot. We do need to weed this one as well. I guess we could go grab our other weeder. We could spray, but boy, I don't feel like buying herbicide. We just need to be penny pinchers at the moment. You know what we should do? Let's go get the Jeepster. Let's go get the Jeepster. And in fact, since we are getting towards the later end of, or the later part of this episode, I feel comfortable enough with you guys now to say, you know, I'm having a stogie and an adult water beverage, right? You all don't mind that, right? Would be nice to have, oh, wait a minute. Better idea. Better idea. Oh, listen to that RPMs get up there. Yeah, even the Jeepster is shifting quite nicely today. Maybe it's the warmer weather. The transmissions on our tractors and our Jeep are just running better. Honk to Office Guy. I don't like Office Guy. He does a good job. He's a little too uptight for my liking. The khakis and button-down shirt for the old family farm, really? Let's go harass him. Yeah, he hates me. I'm surprised Gwen didn't try to hook up with Office Guy. Oh, who knows? Maybe she did. I can't keep it straight. All right. Let's maybe put a few dollars in the bank with our maple syrup. Oh, nice fit. I think we can get one more in there comfortably. Are you going to spawn right there for me? No, not really. Did I put that light down, or is that part of the pack? I bet that's part of the pack, isn't it? Perfect. Oh, yes. Perfection. 1, 2, 3, 4 pallets of maple syrup. We'll go say hi to Gwen. We'll get our maple syrup. Honk at our dude. Man, go Jeep. Get out of the way, ducks. I'm trying not to hit you. Oh, I should have. Oh, we'll go this way. Taking a fast corner. Oh, we're coming in hot. I don't think we've lost anything. Ooh, trees. Ooh, I'm glad there's not one there. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Where's Gwen? Gwen? Oh, man. She told me she was going to watch the store. What time is it? It's almost 3:30. It's supposed to be open until 5, so there's an hour and a half left, and I don't see her there. I wonder where she could be. She's not around back. No deliveries. Gwen. Naughty, naughty Gwen. I bet she's over at Jimmy Dean's cattle auction. Ah, silly gal. All right, let's drop this maple syrup off. Make a few dollars, maybe? It's not making any money for us. Do I have to unload it? Really? Really? That's why I wanted Gwen to be here. Make her do some work. All right, let's try it this way. Oh, that works. 390 bucks. Nice. We need a few extra dollars. And the maple syrup seems to be selling really well at our little at our little stand. It's a what do they call those? An honor system thing. People are supposed to be leaving the money. Oh man, I got something to tell you about that one. So, so you know, you've probably if you've worked different jobs, depending on the job, I guess, but if you've been around and worked some jobs, you might have run into the old snack boxes, right? That are dropped off. They usually have candy bars, maybe some chips and different things. Basically a vending machine in just a cardboard box. And it's the honor system. You know, you throw what you're supposed to in a little slot. It's not like it's locked or anything. In fact, the money slot is, where are you going, Brad? The money slot is just in a cardboard little box thing. Anyways, I have worked 2 different jobs where that has been taken away due to people not paying. Either they're not, the first one was due to people not paying for the candy. The second one was people taking the money. I mean, come on. You know? And what's sad is the second one, the girl that used to deliver it, she was really nice, really cute. The company was called Munchbox. Yes, you heard that correctly. Munchbox. And of course, I mean, come on. Come on. We're all adults here. But if you're going to name, all right, I'll just go by that. Anyways, so she used to come in and we'd all say hi to her and she would fill up the Munchbox or bring a brand new Munchbox, take the money. And I remember one time she came in and she was like, hey, you guys, I'm just noticing a trend that there seems to be more candy, less money every time I come in. So they kind of put you on this probationary period kind of thing, you know, where it's like we're gonna take the service away from you if you don't start paying for the candy. How sad is that? That you have at least one person, if not multiple, dishonest people taking candy bars for free and stuff. And it got to the point where I remember I was in middle management at this place, and all of us it wasn't a very large place to work. The company was fairly big, but our location, it was a computer lab, more or less, I guess you could say. And so our location was a satellite office, and we probably had 30 people working there. And there were 3 middle managers and 1 kind of head dude. And all 3 of the middle managers got together and paid for the deficit. And it wasn't like a lot. Between the 3 of us, we each had to pitch in like $5. But that's $15 worth of Munchbox. And I mean, for $15 with Munchbox, you know, that's quite a few candy bars, man. And because most of these things, and that was the other thing, is you could get them cheaper. I think the deal was with the Munchbox, you got things cheaper because you weren't dealing with vending machines. You know, it was just a very simplistic cardboard box, so the prices of the candy were lower. At least that was my understanding. I could be wrong about that, but I seem to remember the candy bars were like $1 or $1.25. It wasn't outrageous. And it just got to the point where, you know, we were going to put a camera up in the break room to see if we could scope out what lowlife was stealing from the Munchbox lady. Because then it started getting personal. And I don't remember her name. I think her name might have been Sarah. I forget, but she was everybody's favorite. She was our munch lady. She was our Munchbox lady. And, oh boy. And she was awesome. And we lost it. We let it slip out of our hands. But twice, yeah. twice I have worked at places. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, that's interesting, Brad, because it seems to me like wherever you go, Lunchbox gets taken away. You might be thinking that, and all I can tell you is I was not stealing from the Lunchbox. I was a good boy. But I had my ideas on who was stealing from the Lunchbox. Because we actually did try to... We didn't get an approval for the camera. The head dude at the place didn't want us putting down spy cameras. So what we decided to do was we would secretly take... We did this too, by the way, with an issue with the bathrooms that I will tell you about another time. But we had a phantom pooper in the bathrooms. There was somebody in our that worked there that wouldn't flush, refused to flush, and I wanted to nail them to the wall. But I get it. I get it. Some people are proud. You know, you spawn a good one, and you take a picture, you send it to your friends. I get all that. You know, I have no problems with that. But when you're sharing a toilet with a bunch of people, it's better. Wait, what? Do we have weeds in here? We do have weeds in here. It's better to flush. It's just kind of courtesy. In fact, you should courtesy flush, by the way. That is a big thing. And I would highly recommend courtesy flushing. Unless there is potential for blockage. Never courtesy flush if you think toilet might block, because that happened to me one time. I'm a big courtesy flush dude, because sometimes, you know, after a big old, you know, burrito, something like that, you know, you got to. And I did the old courtesy flush, and to my horror, my immediate horror, the toilet flush sound was obviously not right, and it quickly dawned on me that I had a plugged toilet on a courtesy flush. Never good, because you are sitting still. You know, you're not standing. You're still sitting. Your pants are down around your ankles or wherever you like to put your pants when you're doing the business. And I panicked, man. I jumped up off that toilet just in time for that water to flow over. I was terrified of courtesy flushes for several months after that. Anyways, we got to a point where we were inventorying the Munchbox daily, and then we would, to the best of our ability, try to track attendance and other variables to see who most likely on a day-to-day basis had the right access and the right time to pocket unpaid for candy. And we knew that they were just taking candy and not money, because obviously when you inventory it, you know if 5 Snickers bars are gone, well, I don't need to take you through the math. But generally speaking, I'm pretty sure we knew it was candy going bye-bye and not money. At that point, it doesn't really matter, because either way, you're basically taking, away from it. But yeah, we never did find out who it was. We lost Sarah. We lost our Munchbox privileges. We never did get a vending machine in there. It was sad. It was a bad day. It was a bad day. Well, that is gonna do it for the old family farm. This is kind of a lengthy episode. I hope you all don't mind that too much. I am going to keep working on it. We'll get everything weeded up, and I'll see how far I can get. Next month we do have at least one field we're going to be harvesting over there. I forget what it is, if it's our barley field or what it is, but we do have some harvesting coming up, which will be good. And we continue to make progress. we definitely continue to make progress on the farm. I will have more news on Gwen and Jimmy Dean, I am certain, by the time next episode comes around. I hope you're all having an awesome week. I hope you have a great rest of your week. We will be back in Hinterland tomorrow, Friday. So I hope to see you there. I would appreciate it if you'd leave a like, if you enjoyed the video, of course. If you hated the video, yeah, you don't have to leave a like. It's all good. I would probably just suggest not watching if you hate it. I mean, I don't want you watching my content with anger. You know, that's never a good thing, right? But hopefully you're enjoying it enough to where I deserve a like. And of course, if you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. And I'll catch you guys later. If you have any good stories about munch boxes, I would love to hear them. Have you worked someplace where where you've had your honor system box taken away? I'd be curious to hear about your examples of that. And of course, if you've ever been caught on a plugged toilet courtesy flush, let me know your experience there, because I will tell you that is one of life's scarier moments. And if it hasn't happened to you, hope it never does. All right, everyone, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of each other. Watch those munch boxes, and I'll see you on Hinterland tomorrow. Bye for now.